Happy December, everyone! In the spirit of this season, this month we are covering the truest gospel from a galaxy far, far away. Thanks to Rogue One coming out December 16th, it's canon Star Wars month. And what better way to celebrate the canon than by covering the best canon ongoing comic right now that wasn't ongoing. So massive spoilers for the 2015 Darth Vader comic incoming. You've been warned. On with the show!
Book 3, The Shu-Torun War, Part 4. Oh my stars and garters, we begin with Trip Zero giving a rousing speech to his thin metallic line of battle droids. They cheer and call for the death of the meaty ones. Truly kind of terrifying. Close by though, Vader and the twins fight, yet Eowyn blows up the rock bridge they're all standing on to divide them from Vader. They could never beat him. Marit, her brother, shoves her into the magma, into the molten ore, because there can be only one. He leaves, but Vader pulls Eowyn from the magma, or molten ore. It's technically magma. Bite me. Either way, she gives Vader her memory chip to explain it all about how Silo was collaborating with the Ore Barons, and then he puts her out of her misery. And then Vader puts her out of her misery. Vader returns to the front line with Rubix's forces having surrendered because they didn't want to fight blood-sucking robots. I wish I was kind of hiding a swear there. No, literally, Trip Zero may or may not have turned the battle droids into robots to be powered by the blood of their enemies. Or really, that's what he was talking about all last issue he wanted to do. Queen Traz presses the attack on Baron Rubix's citadel before Vader's combat drill comes crashing through the ceiling. Baron Rubix tries to flee with his daughter, yet Vader stands with his lightsaber out. Baron Rubix does in fact do the courtly thing and surrenders. Yet when Queen Traz arrives, she has him executed, giving his barony to his daughter before they walk away. The resistance didn't outlast Rubix's head though, so there will be executions. Vader gets onto a ship and, with some minor banter I'll talk about later, Vader and his droids leave. But the capper to this whole story is that Emperor Palpatine is told of Silo's treachery, and he now wants to see Vader on Coruscant. But even more so, Vader receives a message from Inspector Thanoth saying that he's found Aphra, and it's about time that they had a talk. Okay, I want to squeal a little bit at the return of Thanoth, but more on that in the next issue where I may or may not cry. Similarly, we finally got Palpatine going, okay, I've been vague enough. Come on over and we can talk, buddy boy. Which should be fun. Overall, this issue wrapped up a story that honestly only felt as a way to have Queen Traz have an arc. While we do get some Silo and the replacement stuff, there's actually something almost special about this storyline. It could easily be how I overanalyze things as I often do, but after Vader down, it almost feels like Vader was trying to look for an apprentice, both in a way to replace Aphra as well as Luke. Okay, maybe not an apprentice per se, but the evolution of Traz as a character is handled by Vader putting an inexperienced youngling, who was an admirable youth by Vader's own account, and making her into basically what he is. I mean, yes, it's an adapt or die situation, obviously, but you see her, due to Vader's prodding, become someone who even realizes at the end that an inexperienced person is better than someone bred for the role in how she killed Rubix and put his daughter in charge. And I think that this one bit of dialogue at the very end, when Vader's getting onto his ship, really speaks to that when she goes, and I am paraphrasing here, hey, aren't you glad you picked me as queen? And Vader pretty much goes, there was no other option. To which Trip Zero then comes in to say, oh goody, that could mean this or this or this. However, I'm also of the mind that this was Vader's way of gaining an ally for the Empire, but also someone personally, so that when he starts going, okay, let's go destroy the Emperor, he'll have someone who is a resource with the molten ore production and everything like that on his side. And honestly, that seems to be the main point of this arc as a whole, as Aphra does get name drop, and that thing with the B-Box lying about her was not even a subplot here. The subplot really is Silo's treachery and Marit killing his sister, but that brings me to a good question. Why have that scene where Eowyn asks for Vader to help train her, other than to give her an actual character, even if it is sort of out of nowhere and pointless, just so we felt something about her death? But whatever, it gives Marit more character, so when he gets killed later, we should be thrilled. In theory. Either way, I really enjoyed this, even if it was a quickie story. But tomorrow, we begin the last storyline for the Darth Vader comic, End of Games. Come back, it'll be neat.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you agree or disagree with me, or just want to add your own comments, theories, or criticisms, leave a comment below. Don't forget to check out my other channels, ComicSins and The Archivist, links on screen. I also want to give a huge shout out to Star Wars Explained and Star Wars Theory. I may be talking about my views on Darth Vader comics this month, but both of these channels have been spectacular when dealing with the whole of Star Wars, both canon and legends. Links also on screen. And finally, my credits song is lifted from Taylor Davis's epic Star Wars medley. Check out her channel where she plays some epic violin. And as always, stay golden, Inklings.